Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for video game news. It is October 30th, 2020, and these are the top stories of the day. To kick things off, Retro Studios is developing a $530,000 custom 37,335 square foot office in Austin, Texas to replace the current place where they're working. So they're staying in Austin, staying in Texas, but the plans to move to the new building will be somewhere between May and September of 2021. So it's still a bit of a ways away, but less than a year now. It will be interesting to see what the transition is like, and hopefully this means better place to work, more productive, better technology suited for their needs, able to hold more people as Studios expands, and nothing but good things should come from this. Obviously, Retro Studios is developing Metroid Prime 4 right now, and that's a huge game. When will it come out? That remains to be seen. We haven't seen the game yet, but we keep hearing little bits of news here and there, so hopefully we get a trailer soon. If I had to guess when the first likely time to see a trailer would be at the Video Game Awards show this December. Jeff Keighley and Nintendo have a good relationship going on, as does Jeff with multiple studios, but I could see Metroid Prime 4 being teased at the show with like a 30-second reveal trailer. Maybe not though. Maybe Nintendo is holding it for a Nintendo Direct next year, or E3 potentially, but we'll see when that happens. You'll know about it from me, that's for sure. But for now, cool knowing that Retro Studios is planning on a new upgraded move. Next up, switching over to Sony talk. Yes, you see Crunchyroll, but the news pertains to Sony. They are close to buying Crunchyroll. It's a near $1 billion deal, and this would put Crunchyroll under new ownership, under the Sony brand. And Crunchyroll is an awesome service. It provides folks all over the world with means to watching Japanese anime. This is actually the service that I used to watch the entirety of Dragon Ball Super when it came out in Japan. Now it's available in the United States market with English voiceovers and whatnot, but at the time when Dragon Ball Super was coming out new, on the weekly or so, Crunchyroll was the only way I was able to get it. So, hey, if Crunchyroll and Sony make this partnership, then props to Sony for landing a pretty big company. I would see that this would be a big part of the PS5. Not that Crunchyroll would obviously all of a sudden, become exclusive to the Sony brand of consoles. No, but I could see them integrating it into the PS5, recommended apps, home menu, and so forth. Maybe have some type of exclusive perks, like if you're watching the Crunchyroll app on a PlayStation console, you get to see it a little bit earlier. That's not a bad idea. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but that's not a bad idea. Anyways, moving on. More Sony news, actually. This is Spider-Man footage, and I thought I'd show a little bit today. As you can see, the cool thing here is seeing Miles Morales in his Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse suit. This is the reveal video. If you want to see the whole video, it's 11 and a half minutes long, but you can check it out on the Insomniac Games YouTube page. But I thought I'd show a little bit here. The Into the Spider-Verse movie was really solid, and the way that Miles moved in it was unique. The whole visual style of the film was really cool, and his suit was awesome. So here we get to see him in this game, but with that movie suit, and I think that's a cool inclusion. And he moves so much different than Peter Parker too. He's younger. He has less experience as Spider-Man in total amount of years in this game than Peter Parker did in 2018's hit. So you see that he's kind of having a good time swinging around New York City. This is one of my most anticipated games of the holiday season. Anyways, I'm not going to play the whole video. Like I said, you can check it out if you want to see more of it, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a look at the suit because I thought it was pretty cool. So you check that out on the Insomniac page. Moving along in video game news today, we have the Famitsu Sales tracking. Once again, thanks Reset Era and Chris1964 for providing this in a nice, clear layout. This represents week 43 in Japan, which was October 19th to October 25th. It's a relatively quiet week, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through all of the numbers, but I will list them out for you. We have Animal Crossing New Horizons at number 1, Ring Fit Adventure at 2, Super Mario 3D All-Stars at 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in 4, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit at 5. I will highlight that one for a moment. It had a huge drop. It had dropped by 90% from the previous week to now. You know, we're looking at 74,000 in its opening week, and this week 7,691. So that's not the best thing to see. However, hopefully with the holidays coming up soon, that one comes back up. Moving along, at 6 is Pokemon Sword and Shield. 7 is Minecraft, Nintendo Switch version. 8 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. 9 is Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. And 10 is Super Mario Party. Now you might have noticed something. Wait a minute. Did he just say off 10 Nintendo Switch games in a row? Isn't there usually like a PS4 game or 2 in there? Well, you heard correctly. Nintendo actually did what they haven't done in a while, and that's a full top 10 all Nintendo Switch games. So props to Nintendo on achieving that. You know, most weeks we see like a 9-1, 6-4 split where Nintendo is ahead, but once in a while in the year we get these 10-0 days, and that's pretty crazy. Since we have more numbers, we can look at them. The list goes on into 11, Splatoon 2, 12, FIFA 21. That's the first PS4 game that we see. In spot number 13 is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 14, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. 15, Minecraft Dungeons, Nintendo Switch version. And I don't know, do you want me to go to all 30? I'll go to 20, okay. 16, Ghost of Tsushima for PS4 with a nice little boost. I'll highlight that one too. You know, we have the new multiplayer, which is a free add-on, so good seeing that game come up. At 17, FIFA 21 Legacy Edition on Nintendo Switch. 18, a PS4 title again, eFootball Winning 11 2021. At 19, Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training for Nintendo Switch. And at 20, Super Mario Maker 2. The rest of the top 30 ranked numbers 21 through 30 have a majority of Nintendo Switch games, and overall, if you want to look at the top 30 altogether, you have a split of 26 on Nintendo Switch and 4 on PlayStation 4. So it really goes to show you just how well Nintendo is doing in Japan, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Yes, the PlayStation 5 will do much better than the PS4 is doing now because it's a hot new system and it's got a brand new ecosystem that people want to get into and buy games and stuff. But Nintendo Switch isn't going anywhere. I'm still excited though for when the new consoles come out. How are these charts going to change, you know? And as always, I like to go on next and talk about hardware. Relatively quiet week for hardware. You know, we saw a little bit of a drop from the previous week from 95,000 on Nintendo Switch to 64,000. It's even down a little bit from last year. Small amount though, you know, less than 5,000 total. PS4 came in at number 2 with 33,137, 3DS at number 3 with 856, and Xbox One with 47 consoles sold. This should be the last boring week in Japan because that holiday rush is happening very soon. You know, this time next week we will have Pikmin 3 Deluxe on here, we will be in the month of November, and then when we go from November through December 31st, it's just nonstop explosive sales. So expect to see software go up, expect to see Nintendo's evergreens go up, and expect to see hardware to go up big. I'm very curious about this one right here in particular. It's hard not to, Nintendo Switch at 15.7 million almost. Where will it be at the end of the year in Japan? I don't know, but I'm expecting it to go up a few million more. And finally, this is a dual piece right here. Pikmin 3 Deluxe came out today on Nintendo Switch. It is October 30th. But I'm highlighting this game and this image right now for more than just one reason. Other than a shout out of the game's release, it also happens to be the cover feature of this year's pumpkin. So every year, since 1998, I do a video game themed pumpkin carving. I started with Bowser in 98, went with Mewtwo in 1999, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask in 2000. As the years went by, I did Samus Aran, King Kong, Donkey Kong, Prince of Persia, Ryu from Street Fighter, Link from Skyward Sword, Yoshi from Yoshi's Woolly World, a scene of Mario and Luigi from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I've done consoles, including Wii, GameCube, Wii U, and Nintendo Switch. I've done Pikachu, Mario holding a shell. What I typically do is I like to pick the game that comes out closest to Halloween each year as the basis of my pumpkin. So even if it's not my top pick of the year, a game could come out earlier in the year and that's my favorite title of the year. But if something else comes out, closer to Halloween, that's usually what I go with. Sometimes that game ends up being my favorite game of the year. I think in 2011 with The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, that was also my pick for game of the year, if I'm not mistaken. And it happened to be a November release, so it kind of worked out well, Not that I ever put a bad game on a pumpkin, I'm always happy with the game that I pick personally. And it just also happens to be kind of the priority close to Halloween. Bayonetta was a very fitting one. So sometimes, it's not even something spooky or scary that's typically associated with Halloween. It's just, purely something fun that I like to do. Yeah, this is the 22nd anniversary and my 23rd pumpkin as a result. So I'll show you one more time. I do a combination of shaving and carving. This really deserves its own video, and you will see it. I have lots of videos on my channels right here. It's a work in progress. I'm not done yet. These things take a few hours to do, but this is a little look so far at what I've got. It's got yellow Pikmin, blue Pikmin, red Pikmin. Their bodies are a little bit different, their head shapes are a little bit different, and they're in different stages from regular bloom, leaf, flower, etc. So you'll see the designated video for that soon on my channel, either tonight, which is October 30th, or tomorrow, October 31st, Halloween itself. But I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek right now. What else? Well, you do see me also wearing this awesome Nintendo 64 shirt. This is my original shirt back from 1996. I got it at the launch of the system, and I wear it because I noticed that I wear it every year at Halloween. So when I was a kid doing them, I was wearing these shirts, this shirt, and I noticed each Halloween I've been kind of doing this. So I made sure to always do it. There may be a couple of years here or there where I wore something different. I was like, too bad, I broke the streak. But, you know, for the vast majority of these 23 pumpkins over 22 years, like, you could look back, and you could look on paulgalenetwork.com. Actually, I have an article designated for every single pumpkin, and you can see all of them. And for the ones that came out after I had a video camera, which I think Prince of Persia was the first one where, like, okay, I was able to start recording these and putting cool videos of them on YouTube. You can see videos of them. Otherwise, just on PGN, it's the photos themselves. Just photos themselves. But anyways, I'm deviating from news into like personal hobby, but hey, it's still fun. All right, thanks for watching. This is Paul Gale Network signing out. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow in some capacity, because I will be putting up my final Pikmin 3 video. Like I said, usually I do a combination of shaving and carving. I started off with just carving back in the day, and nowadays I do a little bit of both. I was actually also featured in Nintendo Power once. That's kind of a fun story. Several years ago, now around a decade ago, they interviewed me. So in Nintendo Power, there's a good half-page spread of me and several of my pumpkins, pictures of me, and some questions that I answered of how I got into pumpkin carving, what's my favorite one, and so forth. Yeah, okay, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. See you all next time. Bye.